My name is Charles, and I've been using herbs and nutrition to help people with inflammation. And I started as a researcher, and I realized that the information I was learning or finding out about cancer and inflammation did not lead to a direct way of helping people. And the information we were building up in research, people weren't getting it in the outside world because there was a disconnect between the medical research and the clinics. So I left the research setting and went into nutrition and herbs because that's where the research was. The research were on nutrition and herbs, but people weren't getting the nutrition herbs. They were getting chemical copies. The pharmaceutical companies would make chemicals that would act like a nutrition herb, but obviously it's not the same. It's like saying instead of eating a salad, you're going to eat a French fry from McDonald's. And to say that a French fry from McDonald's is the same as eating a salad. So what we're now going to look at is what I found to be true of all cancers. Okay? And every type of cancer has more of one point than the other, and I can show you how this works. The first thing we're going to look at is cancer can be prevented. So if cancer is can be prevented, that means that to get cancer is a nutritional deficiency. Okay. So that's what it means. If you can prevent cancer by eating certain foods, that means that if you did get cancer, it's caused by a nutritional deficiency. The second thing we're going to look at is the lymph circulation. Is dependent on nutrition. So the lymph doesn't have a pump. The lymph pulls things. It doesn't push. The blood vessels push blood through. The lymph system has to pull. And it pulls because it has enough nutrition in it to pull it in. Okay, pull in the toxins. Okay. And that's why cancer leads to a deficiency, because now the lymph system is affected because you're not getting enough of certain things. Now, the other thing is the DNA repair. We'll call this DNA repair. Requires nutrition. We all live in a toxic environment. Our water is contaminated, our air is contaminated, but not everybody gets cancer instantly. It's because your body has the ability to fight this toxin, detoxify the toxin. But if the toxin has stayed in your body long enough, it will create a DNA damage, which ultimately leads to cancer. But your body can actually repair DNA with nutrition. And so now you can see how the nutrition can affect different parts of your body. Okay. So let's go look at something very specific. Let's talk about breast cancer, because that's very popular. Okay. Breast cancer is actually largely due to the lymph. It's not all of it, but that's the main component that leads to breast cancer. Okay? Of course, you're going to have this, but healing this does not make breast cancer go away. Breast cancer goes away when you actually fix the lymph system. So, let's talk about another one. liver. Okay. Liver cancer is not a lymph, it's DNA repair. Okay? And this DNA repair has two components to it. One is antioxidants. Then the types of antioxidants we're talking about is there are certain types of antioxidants that are proteins. Some proteins act like antioxidants. Some antioxidants are minerals. Some minerals act like antioxidants. Antioxidants are things that soak up extra electrons. They soak up bad electrons. Okay? And the bad electrons come from toxins. And another one is proteins. There's a medical doctor who developed a protocol using a natural way, and it's based on an anti-cancer protein. And your body makes it. Your body just can't make enough of it, and that's why you get cancer. So liver cancer is due to proteins. And that's why you get liver cancer. So you can start to see why chemo doesn't work in every cancer. And these cancer cells, you might have beat it down with chemo, but if you wait 5-10 years later, that cancer actually comes back. And it comes back faster because you added more toxins from the chemo. And your body's trying to fight back. Pancreatic cancer. It's actually very similar to liver. It's proteins. We have lymphoma, which is a cancer of the lymph system. And that is the lymph system. Okay. The lymphoma is actually junk that's stuck in the lymph system. And there's so much junk in the lymph system, your immune system is going crazy. A white blood cell count is really high because it's trying to get rid of it. And what's very interesting is as you get those lymph nodes swelling to go down, 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 then everything starts to come back down to normal. Now another one is lung cancer. Lung cancer is an equal balance between the lymph and the proteins. So now you can see that you have a situation where you have breast cancer, and the biggest problem with breast cancer is the lymph system being blocked. You have a liver cancer, and that is a protein deficiency, a severe deficiency. You have a pancreatic cancer, it's a severe deficiency. You have a lymphoma, that is the lymph system. And you have lung cancer, which is a combination of lymph and proteins. So understanding how these cancers come about actually gives us a better insight of maybe holistic ways can reverse the condition that leads to these cancer cells. And that's what I'm doing. Holistic way is replenishing the nutrition for the lymph. Holistically is replenishing the nutrition for antioxidants and proteins. And then the whole thing dies down. Okay. It might take a year or two for your body to recover, but there is no side effects. You're not going to lose energy, you're going to gain energy, you're going to increase function, rebuilding the ability so that your body doesn't create cancer again. And the reason why I use this method is because that's what the research has shown over and over again. And that's how pharmaceutical companies are creating these chemo drugs, is because they realize it's a nutritional deficiency, but they're trying to use a chemical. And when you take away the nutrition from the body, you're not going to be able to help the body at all. There's a doctor that says, with a proper nutrition, you won't need a doctor. And without a proper nutrition, no doctor can help you. And that's what I found to be true over and over again. It doesn't matter if your cancer has metastasized to all over your body, and now your doctors say there's nothing that can be done. And if you look at somebody who has cancer, they start to deteriorate. They start to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Their bone structure is small, their muscle mass small, everything starts to get smaller. And it's because there's not enough nutrition, and the body steals from everything else. There's not enough to go around. And as you weaken the healthy cells, you're going to create more cancer cells.